While RGBIC rainbow craziness is great, sometimes it's nice to have some bright task lighting, and there's no better place for it than the kitchen. I installed 2 of Govee's super bright RGB WW strips under my kitchen cabinets, and they've been making cooking easier and more colorful for a few months now. I've wanted some extra light in the kitchen for a while now, but I just couldn't find the right product. Many of the options were either too expensive, not bright enough, or didn't have the features that I wanted. These were perfect. They're RGB WW, so they have all the disco fun of RGB, and all the brightness of a plain white strip. One of the key features that this has is ALEXA support, and I'll talk more about why I wanted that later. I purchased 2 of these, one for each side of the kitchen. Totaling $70, this is a great price for what you're getting. It's one of those things that once you have, you really just can't go back. Now, the overhead light in my kitchen isn't super dim, but it's not super bright either. These are plenty bright enough to pick up the slack. I almost always use the reading mode on these, which only turns on the warm white LED. It emits a nice warm white light that looks great with the countertops and the light stone wall behind it. Let's talk a little bit more about the strip itself. It's 3 meters or 9.8 feet. It uses a maximum of 24 watts when it's on white. It has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and an IR remote. It also has 3 buttons on the control box, which make it easy to turn on and off when the motion sensor isn't working. Now it has 12 scenes: movie, dating, reading, bright, aurora, candlelight, energetic, romantic, gradient, and sleep. But what if there isn't a scene that fits what you want to do? Well, you can also create DIYs with different colors, speeds, and effects. The colors on this strip are decently bright, but they certainly aren't the star of the show. There are 2 music modes on this. One that just uses the colors, and the other that uses the white. Neither of them are great, but if you want to jam out in your kitchen, these will work fine. I'm using the unreleased Govee sync box to sync the 2 strips together, but you don't need it. I made an unboxing video of the sync box and I tested it out, so you can go check that out. Installation was pretty easy. Just peel and stick. I also did a loop at the corner, which does look a little bit odd, but I don't mind it. You might be wondering, what is RGB WW? Well, it's an initialism for red, green, blue, white, white. This means that the strip has RGB LEDs, like most other strips, but it also has a warm white and a cool white LED. Put it all together and boom, you've made an RGB WW strip. The strip doesn't have a motion sensor built in, but it does have Wi-Fi. I had a Wise motion sensor lying around, and I was able to use ALEXA routines to automatically turn on the lights when anyone enters the room. This saves energy compared to leaving it on all evening, and it's more elegant than having to manually turn them on every time you want to use them. It's perfect. They're set up so that the motion sensor won't do anything unless it's evening. Assuming that you have decent Wi-Fi, this is an awesome setup and it works pretty reliably. I also have a timer in place so that if the motion sensor doesn't turn it off by 10 p.m., it'll just turn off by itself. Unfortunately, Wise discontinued their Gen 1 Sense lineup a little while ago, so you may have to use something like an Echo Flex for the motion sensor. Or just use Home Assistant. If you want to make these cheaper, you could pick up a couple of these for $40. Now, you'll lose voice control, timers, and RGB, but you'll still have motion-controlled counter lights. And if that's your goal, these would be great if you're on a budget. I haven't tried them, but the reviews on Amazon paint a pretty positive picture. But back to what I did. Overall, this is a really cool setup. For under $100, I was able to create a setup that brightly illuminates my kitchen countertops. At that point, having it all on a motion sensor and with RGB is just a bonus. If you'd like to purchase this, I'll put a link below. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and leave a comment below. I'd like to hear what you think about these. Do you have a different counter lighting setup that you use? Well, that's it for me, so have a great day. Bye.